But this brain region is key for creative thinking, decision making, and idea generation. Reduced activity or over activation due to stress can hinder creativity. This brain region is the key. It's the key for your creative thinking. Your frontal cortex, your prefrontal, it's the prefrontal. So even the things that before it even gets that, your prefrontal cortex is where your creative thinking is. It's the stop before the creative thinking, the decision making, idea generation. It's key for it. That brain region, your prefrontal cortex, that region, that part of your brain, is key for creative thinking, all your decision making, and your idea generation. That's deep. And it says reduced activity. So reduced activity. Reduced. So being lazy can cause that. Or it says, this is the next key part, over activation. Over activation due to stress can hinder creativity. So pretty much overworking yourself. Overworking yourself or not working enough can cause a burnout, and creative block. Get it together, I'm lit. Bear with me, chat. And everybody in Hart gang. Bear with me. We lit. Let me see where I leave off at. Default mode network. Active during daydreaming and introspection. It can help generate ideas, but if overactive due to what word is that? Rumination? Oh, Lord. Rumination. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. And dude, I got degrees and all that. I'm a teacher, right? But this is part of being a teacher is you learn stuff so you can teach it. You go do your research, you learn it, and you teach it. We doing research right now, baby. This is what we do over here. All right. And they say, what is this? rumination. It's either spelled rumination. That's probably how it's pronounced. I'm trying to see how the word actually breaks down. It's not really showing right here. Not really showing how the word breaks down. I'm going to see that later, but I spelled that out for you guys. It's rumination. It is a habit of constantly replaying negative, stressful, or past events in one's mind without finding a resolution, creating a hamster wheel effect. Oh my God. Goes right back to what we were saying. It's all in your head. That means your head is just spinning. A habit of constant replaying negative. So you thinking about stuff, daydreaming about stuff that you used to go through. Stressful stuff, past events, things that you used to go through, creates a hamster wheel effect. I am sitting here. And it said, this is another keynote right here. It said it is caused by perfectionism. Oh my God, perfectionism. That's crazy. Expecting things to be perfect. Stop trying to be a perfectionist. It ain't gonna work. Nobody's perfect. Get over it. All right. Perfectionism, trauma. Thinking about the things you went through, the past things, trauma, anxiety, or high stress, leading to severe mental health issues like depression and anxiety. These symptoms include repetitive negative thoughts. Get them bad thoughts out your head, B. I'm telling y'all. Repetitive negative thoughts. All right, my bad. Back to what I was saying. All right, repetitive negative thoughts. I got lost on what I was looking at. I was looking at the timer. I was like, I could have swore I was rolling longer than this. But it is what it is. Either, where I leave off at. Repetitive negative thoughts. That is deep. Inability to focus. It causes an inability to focus and replaying conversations. Old arguments you had with people. Replaying in your head. Old things you used to go through. Replaying in your head. That is deep, guys. Oh, here goes some more stuff. Common causes of this, of rumination, is personality traits, perfectionism, we talked about that, or low self-esteem. Stressful traumatic events. What causes this stressful traumatic events? A job loss, relationship breakups, or past trauma. Cognitive distortions. The belief that ruminating is help to solve a problem when it actually just creates a cycle. Hamster wheel effect. Crazy. It worsens your mood, it triggers disorders, it impairs problem solving. Man, physical health. Your body start responding to that stuff. Man, that stuff is crazy, bro. It's crazy how all this stuff comes from creative block and also burnout. All this stuff comes from burnout. Overworking yourself or not working enough. Crazy. Interesting. All right, let's get back to it. Neurotransmitter imbalance. Dopamine linked to motivation and reward can drop after negative feedback. Oh. It says active during. No, that's the other one. My bad. It says for the neurotransmitter imbalance, it says dopamine linked to motivation and reward can drop after negative feedback, reducing inspiration. Dopamine linked to motivation and reward. Already, when you already got achieved something, already feeling like you arrived, can cause burnout. When you feel like there's nothing left to prove. We see what Kai Cenat went through when he had to take his break from streaming and say you don't want to stream no more. We've seen that with Kai. Real talk. When you already reach a certain pinnacle and you burned yourself out, it causes that depression. Dang, Kai. Dang. It causes that depression, though. Make you not want to do it anymore. Because you overworked yourself. Dang. That's why. This is some tips. This is what I be doing, bro. If you come to a point to avoid a burnout, this is how you avoid burnout. Always know how to rest and take time throughout the week while you're working on your craft. Set a schedule. Goes back to having a balanced schedule, like I said in the other video. If you have a balanced schedule, knowing the times when you're going to do stuff and knowing the days that you're going to have an off day. Give yourself a day off. If God made the world in 6 days and rest on the 7th one, then that is a sign to all of us to at least take 1 day. He said, God basically telling us, take 1 day to rest, to give yourself a break, to reflect on life. Go have fun. Go to the beach. Whatever. Go be with your lover. Go be with your children. Go be with your homies. Whatever. Or if you're alone, hey, go relax at home. Binge watch a show. I do it all the time too. Have time to yourself. Take care of your mental health. Ooh, that rhymed. But facts. Take the time out for yourself. That's how you avoid burnout. Because if you don't know how to take time off throughout the week, and you're just constantly on go, the tires are going to eventually burn out. Like when you were sitting driving on the road, tires eventually tread. Just saying. You have to always change your tires. Same thing here. Always know when you have to change your tires. Take a break. Relax. Reflect. Look at some of your old work and not be happy, but admire some of your work. I catch that time sometimes to catch up on my old work. Sometimes I do that. Become a fan of my own stuff. It keeps my passion going. I'm just saying, learn how to take time off. All right. Let's see. The burnout thing is big. This thing is big. We're getting deeper and deeper. So, and we're learning big and new words too. I'm gonna put this stuff up when I edit this video. I'm definitely gonna put these words up. The next one is Amygdala. Amygdala. Amygdala overactivity. Amygdala overactivity. Okay, amygdala overactivity. I think I'm saying it right. Amygdala. It's AMYGDALA. Overactivity. It's a stress triggers the amygdala. Amygdala. I can't say that for shit. Stress triggers the amygdala, fight or flight response, which can suppress creative thinking in favor of immediate survival concerns. So, basically, when you're already stressing about stuff in life. So sometimes when you're going through life stuff, you don't want to do this. Sometimes life be lifing. And when life start lifing, you don't want to do this. Because you're stressed. Stressed about bills, stressed about this. And sometimes this stuff don't be flowing the way you want it to flow. YouTube be on some stuff. Algorithms change sometimes. And like I said, on top of that, burnout, everything else. And then you stress about your own life. So, happens. So, let's get some more key takeaways. We're gonna keep diving deep on this. Cognitive and environmental factors. What is surrounding you? Mental exhaustion from overwork or multitasking can slow idea flow. Always multitasking, always on the go. That's part of the burnout thing. Skill gaps. If the creative task is beyond current skill level, the brain may stall until practice catches up. Ooh-wee. Skill gaps. If you feel like you're not skilled enough, and sometimes you don't feel like you're skilled enough, you would take the time off, literally, for months and months at a time to make sure that you are on point. I'm a victim of this. Guilty, my nigga. Guilty. Plead the fifth. Plead. Facts. That's me. I ain't gonna lie. When I want stuff to be a certain way, I was a victim of the perfectionist thing too. Until I got out of my own way. It said just release this content. Figure it out. Release it. On the go. Keep grabbing everything that you need to grab. And do your thing. Keeping a bean with you. Keeping a bean. But skill gaps. Not feeling like you skilled enough. Not feeling like you good enough. And what you end up doing. Like I said, what you end up doing, your brain stalls until you catch up. Until you learn it. Which that's not always really a bad thing. But it is a cause of creative block. Because you don't feel like you're skilled enough. And that goes back to low self-esteem. That goes back to, I think, our first point. Which was fear of failure. How you perceive it. How you look at it. Alright. Constraint mismatch. Too little or too much constraint. Too little or too much constraint can block creativity. The right balance is needed. So it goes back to balancing out your schedule. Be even kill at all times. If you have a balanced schedule, you avoid burnout and you avoid creative block.